안녕! Have you noticed when your favorite K-pop idol sings a song that's not really K-pop-y, like dancing or hip-hop? And also wondered why all Koreans get super excited or hyped up when they cover or remake or does a comeback with a song that seems kind of Ballard? Well, today I'm here to talk to you guys about why Koreans get super excited about Ballard songs and what Ballard means to Koreans. And I also have a recommendation of 5 different idols that you guys should listen to if you guys are interested in learning about Ballard songs. So let's get started. So first, why do K-pop idols cover Ballard songs a lot? Well, K-pop idols are mostly Koreans, right? And most Koreans growing up in Korea will love visiting the 노래방, especially because they're cheap, right? Like 2 songs is like $1. And when you go to the 노래방, there's always a moment where everyone starts singing Ballard songs. Like everyone. Well, someone starts singing this A song, then another friend goes like, oh, she started singing Ballard. Okay, it's time to move on to Ballard songs. It's kind of funny. And their number 18, which is basically their favorite songs or the song that they must sing at 노래방, ends up being like a Ballard song. We'll do a 노래방 culture later in a separate video. So I think Koreans get exposed to Ballard songs. And even my favorite idol, B2B Lee Chang-seop, does a lot of Ballard covers along with like other K-pop idols, right? So here are my thoughts on why Koreans love Ballard. 1. Emotional storytelling. Lots of ballads have lyrics that expresses longing, heartbreaks, or even just love. And all of these emotions are related to what Koreans call han, which is a deep emotional resonance. Also, the fact that these emotions are relatable to one's life makes them want to sing a lot of ballads. Like, for example, have you guys ever lost someone dearly or been longing of someone who doesn't love you back? That's when people would go to 노래방 and sing songs about them and kind of cry out their soul and leave those han out. 2. The focus on the main melody. So Ballards usually focuses on the voice more than the music. So a lot of singers specializing in ballads know how to express the sadness or emotions that is needed to sing the songs. Take IU for example. Even though when she sang Marshmallow, her voice becomes like cutesy and adorable. Or even when she sings Good Day, it's like, oh my gosh, she's so lovely, right? Once you see the change when she starts singing Through the Night, you can see how endearing her voice becomes and longing. And you can also understand the emotion that she wants to portray while singing the song. No wonder she's still famous and a lot of her songs are still being listened to this day. 3. Seasonal fit. This may sound kind of weird. Usually during fall and winter, a lot of Ballard singers will release a song around this time. And especially during fall, because fall to Koreans is a season for loneliness, which kind of leads up to winter's coldness. So I think that's like a big reason, especially because of when the leaves are falling and you get that emotional rush and people start counting down. Oh my God, it's like 100 days left till Christmas and everything. They would rather listen to like depressing songs, like lonely songs, than getting hyped up about Christmas, especially if you're single. So that's probably why season is a big important factor of why Koreans really like Ballard songs. And last, media influence. Honestly, I think K-drama has a huge part to it. As you guys know, a lot of K-dramas have romance in it. Actually, it's really hard not to find romance in K-drama. But because there are lots of romantic scenes and most of the scene contains Ballard music. Taking the recent drama that was really popular all around on Netflix was Lonely Runner, right? I still love listening and I still hear the song Sudden Shower being played everywhere in the markets, in the mall and everything because it's such a good Ballard song. And once you start listening to it, you start reminiscing about those scenes where Sunjae is longing for Imsor, and then you get all that emotion inside you and you're just kind of like, oh my god, Ballard is so good to listen to. So I think that plays a huge role into why Koreans also like Ballard, because we grew up with watching K-dramas, and like I said, there's always some type of Ballard music being embedded there. So some of the Koreans, at least for me personally, when I listen to Ballard that's been played in K-dramas, I just kind of think of myself as the main protagonist in like a most depressing scene or some type of longing scene or heartbreak scene, and it just kind of makes me be in that zone. So I think that has a huge influence on why people love listening to Ballard songs. If any of these reasons kind of persuaded you into being like, you know what, I kind of want to try the Korean Ballard songs, well, I am here to give you guys 5 K-pop idols that I personally recommend, and I've actually listened to them multiple times. Some of them are kind of biased, but I think they do a wonderful job that a lot of Koreans also, I don't want to use the word approve, but really enjoy listening to them sing Ballard songs that's been sang like early in the generation. So the first person I recommend, and it's not biased, but maybe it is biased, Lee Chang-seop from B2B. You guys know, one of the well-known B2B member who is amazing at singing. Like I said, this might have some bias, so I put him first so that I can get everything out. But I really do recommend listening to his song. He actually does a lot of covers for Ballard songs. And the reason why I recommend him is that his voice really shows the emotion of the song and does such a great job of expressing the lyrics as his own style. Like, he doesn't copy it, but he also doesn't go too far away from the original song, so that people actually really enjoy just listening to him and it doesn't feel awkward. And I've definitely heard some cover songs where they're more focused on portraying how well they sing instead of kind of focusing on the lyrics and how the melody relates to the lyrics. But I think Lee Chang-seop does a really great job of kind of doing both, where he can show his style of singing, but also focus on the original song and kind of makes everyone really enjoy the song, no matter if it's the people who've listened to it before or if it's like his new fans. So of all the songs that he has covered, I have too many and I think the video will be way too long. I honestly can go on for hours just talking about all his cover songs and why you guys should be listening to it. But I will recommend one song if you guys are ever curious. It is Heavenly Fate, which is actually more of his recent song. This was a remake song that was done for a webtoon, so I honestly was surprised. And I actually didn't know of this song, the original version, until he sang it and realized that there was an original version. So he has done a really great job of covering that song and got actually really good feedback from like the muggles saying, wow, this is actually a really nice song to listen to. So highly recommend listening to that. 2, BTS V. I'm not putting this just for the views, but I had to put BTS V in because he actually is a really, really good singer. And I just hope that a lot of people will realize that. And they're not just very focused on performance, but they really have good vocal lines. And so I put him in because V has one of the most compassionate voice, and his looks with his voice just makes the Ballard more desperate and just like So to be honest, V wasn't my favorite in BTS. Actually, it was Jin, but he ended up kind of being in my top, like, you know, he's going against Jin, guys, right now. Like, it's hard to pick like the best out of those two, right? Because I actually got to listen to him sing a couple of the Ballard remakes, and let me just tell you, like, as a Korean American who have listened to a lot of Korean Ballard songs, and I actually love Korean ballads, like that's my number one go-to songs that I listen to. I was just so amazed how well he could sing. Like, it's not just the techniques that I mean, but it's the way that he sings where you're just drawn into him and you just naturally fall in love. So, like I said, it's my first time, but I think his visuals also, like, especially his eyes. Guys, look into his eyes when he sings Ballard because it is just, he looks like the cat from Shrek, where he's just kind of like, love me, when he's singing those love Ballard songs, you know? So I really wish Hive would let him cover more Ballard song, like professionally, that other idols have been doing, because I think I'd be subscribing that right now. My recommendation for a song that V sang that's a remake is 겁쟁이 by Min Kyung-hoon. 겁쟁이랍니다. The third one is IU. Honestly, I have a lot of IU fan chats, so I had to put her in. But I also agree with my fans that IU is definitely one of the best Ballard singers out there. I've listened to her sing Marshmallow, Good Day. Like, I've been keeping up with her for a very long time, and I just love the way she just naturally transitioned from just this cute younger sister vibe into this adult, like, I don't know, like, emotional women. Such a strong woman. So as I mentioned previously on the reasons, she has the voice of a goddess of expression. If that's actually like a legitimate goddess, I think they should have it. Because every word she sings, I can feel the emotion that she wants to portray to her audience. And I think that's why a lot of foreign fans also love listening to IU, even if they don't know the lyrics that well, or even if they can't even get like the direct translation. Her emotion really represents that song so well that everyone can kind of understand what she wants us to feel as the audience. So of all the remakes that she has done, I know she has done so much, and like I said, she's one of the members too, like same with Lee Chang-seo B2B, where I could just sit here and go on and on about all the songs that she remade, because actually a couple of the songs that she's done is one of my favorite songs too. So I did bring in my favorite song. It is 내 사랑 내 곁에 with Yoo Hee-yeol, which was sang at the 가요 대전 back in 2017. So highly recommend listening to it. It is one of the best songs out there. Fourth is Taeyeon. Actually, Taeyeon is already famous for her own ballad song, like If, like 만약에 내가 간다면. But I really love her voice because it just goes so well with ballads. It seems like she's one of those characters where if IU is like a pure girl who's longing of someone, Taeyeon is like kind of like a sassy girl who's still longing of someone. I don't know. I'm just making up stories, guys. You guys don't have to listen to it 100%. But yeah, some may know her just because she was in SNSD, 소녀시대, and just know her as a K-pop idol, or even just maybe like an MC, because I know she is in one of the programs. But actually, a lot of fans fell in love with her because she sang so well in her ballads. Even a couple of the songs that she released, a lot of K-pop idols covered it because it was so good. So one of the songs that I recommend that she sang is Fix My Makeup, that she sang by Wax in Begin Again 3. The title might sound weird, but it's really a very emotional song. Last but not least, there is definitely more, and I just put 5 because I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with today's video. I will continue Ballard if you guys really enjoyed this, but it is Chung Eun-ji from A-Pink. She is such a talented woman, guys. It's amazing. Not just a great actress. I don't know if you guys seen her act, but it's really good. Like, her swearing scenes are just amazing. But also an excellent ballad singer. If you guys have not seen her sing ballad, go check it out. I can't believe that she sang the A-Pink song because it's such a cute, like, preppy song that if you just end up listening to a ballads, it's kind of hard to go back. So that might be kind of a flaw, but I really like her cover songs of all the different ballads that she did. Compared to IU and Taeyeon, who has more of like a softer voice. I know they can get powerful, but those two styles are more like whispering in the ear and saying, you know, I really missed you. Now, Chung Eun-ji is kind of the complete opposite. She has so much power in her voice where she's like yelling at you, saying, I love you, I missed you, and showing more of that emotion. And actually, a lot of Korean ballads are cater towards that powerfulness. So it's really amazing to hear the cover songs that she did for guys' songs. So the song that I'm gonna recommend that 정은지 sang would be 소주 한 잔 by Im Chang-jung that she sang on her own YouTube channel. So this was all for today's kind of like Ballard basic lesson, maybe why people like listening to ballads in Korea, why also K-pop idols love listening to ballads, and I did recommend a couple. If you guys really enjoyed this, I'll probably have a part 2 because I actually couldn't fit everything that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I did have a couple of things that I had to take out and I was like, oh, but I want to put this in. So I will have another session of Ballard podcast for you guys if you guys enjoyed it. So don't forget to follow and sub. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll get back to you ASAP. So thanks for watching and see you guys in my next one. Bye guys!